It's not funny. It's very true. Yeah. Um, Collider.com. Check this out, everybody. Collider.com.
Oh,
Let's
Peter
see.
O'Hara, sorry, Peter David dead at 68. I did not know about Miguel O'Hara, co-creator and comic book legend. Um,
Miguel O'Hara is Spider-Man 2099.
I see. No wonder I hadn't heard of that one. I was like, I don't know about this one. I know about
Yeah,
Peter
it's a
David.
weird headline. It's a weird headline,
It
but
is
yes,
a
Yeah.
weird headline. Yeah.
Peter
So
David died is really what we're trying
yeah,
to say.
let's talk about Peter David. He's one of the most prolific authors of Star Trek, right?
Yeah, he's a legend, not just for
Novels.
Star Trek on novels, but also for comic books. Um,
Mhm.
he had a legendary run on the Incredible Hulk. He is the reason why
Oh,
Aquaman has a hook for a hand, and he has the wild blonde hair, and he looks like King Arthur. Peter David revamped him in the '90s to make him more popular, and it worked. So he did a lot of amazing stuff for Marvel and DC over the years. But yes, he also wrote amazing Star Trek novels. Um, Vendetta, the giant novel, if you remember that, it was like the sequel to Best of Both Worlds. And he wrote Imzadi about Riker and Troy's past. And
oh,
then he
cool.
also, yeah, he wrote Star Trek New Frontier, a whole series of novels that were very, very
Yeah,
popular.
which are fantastic. I just started rewatching, rereading them this past weekend after he passed. Just, you know, kind of honor his career.
His books included
Mhm.
titles in the original series, Next Generation, Deep Space Nine, New Frontier, Starfleet Academy, and Mirror Universe, including Imzadi. So he's already written something for Starfleet Academy. Oh, it's probably,
No, it's
yeah,
old. Yeah.
yeah, that's right. Vendetta, Imzadi, IQ, like Iborg, that's cool. Q squared. Q and Law, I guess he liked Q. Then there's
Mhm.
one called Before Dishonor. It looks like it's
The Wharf, right?
a seven of nine kind of book. I mean, it looks like that's her on the cover. Star Trek Gateways, What Lay Beyond. Star Trek New Frontier, of course. Star Trek The Captain's Daughter with Sulu.
Mhm.
Wow, so many. Wow, it goes on forever.
Oh, and apparently, we also talked about in Trek Culture, he co-wrote James Doohan's autobiography. Um,
Is that right?
yeah, I forgot what it's titled. James Doohan's autobiography. Let's Google that. Beam me up, Scotty. What else could it be
Oh,
called?
right. What are we thinking? Either that or giving her all
My
she's
mind
got.
blanks. What
Yeah.
does Scotty say?
Well, the Matt, you seem like the kind of guy that's read a few books and comic books in the past. What are your thoughts on Peter David?
What a
I
wonderful way
always
to profile him.
yeah. Well, actually, um, no, I just remember having the New Frontier series suggested to me and thinking, oh, okay, all right, I'll check this out. And it turns out that it's just a fantastic series. It's just I find Peter David to be someone who understands the the subject matter that he's writing on, right? And he has a way of expanding on it. I mean, the thing that I loved about the New Frontiers series is that he took characters that were one-off characters from Next Generation, or we saw a couple
Yeah.
times, Robin Leffler, or we saw Shelby, Dr. Solar, and put them in a new situation, but then gave them, I don't know, it just the book series allowed them to flourish in ways that we didn't get to see them in the show, right? Because it was obviously about other characters. So I'm trying to think of how many he wrote in that series, but I read every single one of them and enjoyed all of them because it was just, I mean, even just rereading what little bit that I did this last weekend, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm finding myself once again pulled into
Oh,
this
cool.
universe. Yeah.
Hmm.
27. He wrote 27 New Frontier novels.
Yeah. Okay. Well, there you go.
That's
Yeah, but I've read them all.
outrageous.
Yeah, it's just
Wow.
really cool.
Wow.
It's just you know, just a really really cool series. Great group of characters and characters that I would say are on par with the characters that we saw in Next Gen and Deep Space Nine and Voyager and Enterprise. So
Hmm.
Yeah,
Hmm.
so it says here for his novels, 3 TOS, 11 TNG, 2 Deep Space Nine, 3 TNG Starfleet Academies, 27 New Frontier, and 2 Mirror Universe. And then a whole slew of comics. DC TOS. DC's
Mhm.
doing Star Trek? That's
DC did
weird.
do Star Trek in the 80s. They had the Star Trek
Oh.
license for a while.
Might as well have
And speaking,
Hanna-Barbera doing it while you're at it.
and speaking of DC, you know, Peter David created Young Justice. He revamped Supergirl in the 90s. He did a lot of amazing stuff.
That was a good
And
episode, Justice.
he also has a Kickstarter. His family has a Kickstarter for their medical expenses because apparently, you know, his health problems were very severe, and he was hospitalized for quite a while, and the expenses
Oh,
are astronomical. So there is a Kickstarter available if you want to help out his family for the expenses, just because, you know, healthcare in
Kickstarter,
America is.
not GoFundMe?
It might be a GoFundMe. You're right. GoFundMe. I'm
Some
sorry.
kind of crowdfund. Okay.
Yeah, it's a
We'll
crowdfunding
find
thing.
it. Okay, we'll find it.
Thanks for watching that clip. You can find us on the main viewer live every Tuesday night at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern to talk about all of the week's Star Trek news.